Happy Saturday, everyone! And my name is Joanne. Welcome to English Country and English Book to read today. Some Magic Treehouse Vacation Under the Volcano. And we can start for Chapter 10, A Simple Explanation. And we can to the end of reading this Magic Treehouse Vacation Under the Volcano story. And so that means tomorrow we read another new story to read. And this one more story to read, this Dirty Bertie. Hot story to read, and that's the story for chapter 3 and then chapter 4, okay? And are you ready for these to look at two stories? Here we go! First you can read Magic Treehouse, Vacation Under the Volcano. Chapter 10, A Simple Explanation. Jack didn't move. He had never been so tired in his life. Breathe, said Annie. Jack breathed in cold, clean air. He opened his eyes. He couldn't see a thing. Take off your glasses, said Annie. They're 50. Jack took off his glasses. The first thing he saw was his backpack, a white twins, and little sandals was gone. So were a pillow and Hansel's leather bag. Jack let out a long, deep breath as he cleaned his glasses of shirt. A voice came from behind him. I'm very glad to see you safe sound. Morgan Leslie stood in the corner of a treehouse. She looked lovely and mysterious as ever. Happy to be home, she said. Jack nodded. The sounds of including Volcano still looked close in his ears. It is pretty scary, he said in his hoarse voice. I know, but you're thoroughly brave, said Morgan. You witnessed a famous event in his history, knowledge, scientific theory remains of Pompeii to find more about in Roman times. I feel bad for all these people, said Annie. Yes, said Morgan, but most of the people of Pompeii didn't escape. The city wasn't completely burned by ash the next day. They're almost trapped it, said Annie, but ask an ancient historic to save us. A huge crater hid us. And they reached into its pack and breathed in sigh of relief. A squirrel was still here, and he took it out. It was covered with dust and ashes. Here's the story, said Jack. He handed it to Morgan. I'm deeply grateful, she said softly. You risked everything to bring this to me. I can never thank you enough. Don't worry about, said Jack. He didn't want Morgan to know how scared he'd been. Yeah, no problem, said Annie. Morgan smiled. You're an amazing master librarian, she said. Do you think you're up to rescuing another ancient story? Yes, said Annie. Now, said Jack. Actually, he's a little tired now. Oh, it will be tired a little bit because they have to find a way into a magic treehouse. So this will be very, 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 very tired for that. So it will be the next time. Morgan laughed. No, take a nice vacation. Come back 2 weeks from today, then you'll take a trip in ancient China, she said. Ancient China? Wow, said Annie. Oh, I like China. China has lots of yummy foods like jjajangmyeon. And, oh man, said Jack, go home and now rest, said Morgan. She handed Jack back. Thanks, he said. Bye, said Annie. Bye. Morgan gave him a little wave. Then he and Annie jacked off the trails and they fell down the rope ladder, and they reached the ground. Jack looked up. Morgan, he called. What is this the story about? The one we just rescued. It's called The Strongest Man in the World, he said. It's lost about Heracles. Heracles? Oh, Heracles is very, very, very strong, said Jack. Yes, he was one of the heroes of the Greeks and Romans, said Morgan. He was a son of Jupiter. Wow, Jupiter is very, 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 very big planet in the solar system. And the Hercules is a little bit more little than the Jupiter, but it's very, very big than us. And oh wow, now I get it, said Annie. I'm taking it back now to Calamo Library, said Morgan. Everyone will be so excited to read it. Thank you, she waved to them. Goodbye for now. As she waved, the wind began to whirl. The treehouse began to spin. A blur of a shadow was left. Morgan and the magic treehouse was gone. Oh, so that's a magic treehouse. Jack and Annie started walking toward the woods. Get it, said Annie. Get what? Said Jack. We'll save by Heracles, said Annie. We asked a store to save us and a Heracles appeared. That's not possible, said Jack. It was someone gathered to glide for a Heracles in my mouth, and they never really lived. And they left the woods, started up their street. I know they might, said Annie, but I have a simple explanation. What? Said Jack. Heracles is the might of the people of these times, said Annie. But in Roman times, lots of people believe in his real soul signs here in Roman times. He was real to us. I didn't know, said Jack. Did you say here the same? Said Annie. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. Jack laughed. Yeah. And he looked up the sky. Thanks, Heracles, he said softly. Wherever you are, Jack, Annie. Their dad came for their lunch. Time to go. Oh, brother, I forgot, said Jack. Yeah, I have nothing too exciting happens on our vacation, said Annie. Yeah, said Jack. I hope this is really, really boring. Hurry! Their dad gasped. Coming! They called and they took running for home and a restful vacation. Oh, Jack and I will be very, very boring for a vacation. And now the end of reading Magic Treehouse, Vacation Under the Volcano. And one more time, since we're reading about it, some Dirty Birdie hot story. Oh, it's real hot. And now chapter 3. Bertie was waiting at home from the foot. There was 2 other people and a queue that they're taking ages. At any moment he is back to hear Mrs. Booth scratching his name and laughing reaching the front. 3 lime cones, please, he said, with sprinkles and a chocolate flake. Oh, very, very yummy. But I like banana ice cream more than the chocolate. Chocolate is too sweet. He watched it smooth, soft ice cream woos but nodded. 3 pounds, said the ice cream man, and Bertie handed over her money and he scraped together in a grab of coins. They had been drinking up a moment, and all day he lived on the ice creams in his mouth. Drang! Bertie drank up. No way, really, that couldn't be a bell already. The playground was turning to empty. His cousins were lining off their stream on Mrs. Booth. Quickly he hit their dark side of and bit the tree. And there was still with Eugene. He glanced back towards his friends. There was no sign of Bertie. Oh, Nick was not look very hot. Nick was just good. Nick was not very hot or cold. It's just good. And there were students Eugene. He glanced back towards the springs. There was no sign of Bertie. What was playing at? The hand tapped on his shoulder and turned around to see no Nick's small fish. Where's Bertie? Said Nick. How should I know? Chuckled Darren. He is here somewhere. Nick nodded around. Really? I don't say him. Shall I tell Miss Booth? Mind your own business, said Darren. No talking, shouted Miss Booth. The drop inside, and Bertie came down and behind the trees and stared at an empty playground. Oh my what? They couldn't curl down on their friends about to dare to hold it up. And anyway, they had hens and wives and cranes. And they're as old terrible as his cape. But now he couldn't back in. Oh, the ice cream must melt right now because it's very, 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 very hot day. Oh, the little kitty Bertie was eating the ice cream too. Ice cream dripped down his fingers. How could give Darren and Eugene had calmed him down, but his heart gone down, not only melt. There seemed plenty of time to go to rest. Bertie licked his own ice cream, then his mother too. All this cat will be sitting down now. And Miss Boot will be sure to notice his empty chair sooner or later. Worm chewed out of Diana and Eugene. Then a sarge of a party to send down with a snicker ducks up to 5 minutes. And it was a big trouble. Miss Boot was moving away with his friends, and they're up to sit in the front, probably into girl. And it will be filtering the joint. Somehow I was getting to school and stood there. Laurie drew up, and Driver jumped out. Excuse me, son, it's probably Janer, he said. Bertie nodded. Thanks, said the driver. He looked at the Bertie in front. Shouldn't be in the school? No, said Bertie. I'm sick. Right, you're still buying ice creams? Oh, no. They're not mine. I'm just looking after them, explained Bertie. Of course you are, smiled Driver. He went back to Laurie, laughing to himself. Another man got out, and they're together and late. Two large boxes on the back of the lorry, and Bertie watched, looking on the street cones. And the driver and the gate stand spoken and squirmed. A moment later, the gates began to open, and this man was carrying the boxes inside it. This is it, thought Bertie. I choose to get in, but wait, what about Mr. Duff in the school in the Saturday? There is no path on the edge of his eyes. There had been another way to Bertie got reminded in the cardboard. And Box was sitting beside the lorry. Quickly, they opened it up, and inside there some fat bits of wood and its bag of screens. Maybe there's enough room, clutching his ice cream cones. And Bertie climbed into the box. Oh, then what happened? What's the box is going now? Box is going to Bertie's home? Oh, it will be very nice for that, but I think it's not going to Bertie's house. And now chapter 4 right now. And tomorrow we're starting for this chapter 4 and the end of reading these stories. And so that's me. Tomorrow we read a very, very fun new book to read. And now, did it happen? It was English and comics and better books. And it was goodbye and a book to goodbye to the sturdy Bertie, Chippy Star and the Zoom Star be the end of reading. So that's me. Tomorrow we read a hot story to read. And tomorrow we read a very, 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 very fun story, a new story to read, okay? And it's Magic Tree House Vacation under the Volcano. We see tomorrow. Oh, I mean bye-bye for every day. And tomorrow we see some very, 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 very fun mystery books to read, okay? And this Volcano will be bye-bye for now, and Jack and Annie will be bye-bye for now, and our Romans will be bye-bye for now, and our Heracles will be bye-bye for now. And these one book and one story will be bye-bye for every day. And these Dirty Bertie and Bertie so friends and ice cream and 3 ice creams and lots of sprinkles. Sprinkly, very yummy chocolate ice cream. We'll see tomorrow. And it's Dirty Bertie and some lots of ice creams. Ice cream drivers will we see tomorrow, okay? And these 2 book and 2 stories. See, 1 book will be see tomorrow and 1 book will be a new book, okay? And you can listen to my YouTube and don't forget to thumbs up my YouTube and bye my friend. Have a nice day.